Trainee Consensual put out something a couple days ago, says, could you survive Army boot camp? So, good night, Stinger Man. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at Kinda Consensual. No beard. He hasn't put anything new out, Dragon Trucker. We'll do the boys. We'll do the boys. Talking about boot camp, it's got Rich, so of course, yes, and he shaved. He is clean faced today. So let's see what Rich has to say about boot camp.
I've told you before that I am, and I say this, that I am a bastard, right? When it comes to being a drill sergeant, I'm a bastard, and yes, and so I was for the first like 10 days, and then red phase.
Silver phase or red phase?
Like it was a week after pickup. It was they were beginning their second week or just finishing like their
one week in, they get their feet underneath them and then they release the Richard.
They did not have their feet underneath them. They did not have their feet. They had no feet. They had stubs when I was done. Oh, I was not happy. They had some good things. There were good moments. I'll praise where praise is due. But they were also retarded in a way that I've never seen before.
I love this is going to be a story. If Rich is saying that these recruits were retarded in a way he's never seen before, I think we're about to get something special. Red, he is a soldier. He is a drill sergeant for the United States Army, and he's actually an engineer MOS. So he is a police officer, he's a detective for the SVU in his civilian job, and in the Army, he is a drill sergeant. And he just said that the recruits he had were retarded in a way he's never seen before. You know, a little with shippy actress thing.
And it set me off. So after the first 10 days of me being a bastard, I got tired of being nice. And then I didn't know this, but I reached a whole nother level of around and find out.
Oh,
Yeah, so I can't tell you the last half of kind of what happened, but I can tell you some of the things that I did in the first half.
So are you under investigation for the last half is what we want to know.
No, my command was very excited to not have me being investigated or have to do any paperwork for me at all.
That's wonderful.
that suck.
Great. Yet. We'll see if we can change that.
You know what's going to blow your mind is this was the meanest, like this is the most ruthless I've been. And the drill sergeants that were around me that I was supporting, the active component, were aggressive too. They were great. And that was non-MOS specific basic training. There was like 42 alphas, a bunch of truck drivers, 88 mics. And when I tell you we f***ed them up worse than Engineer OSIT. I've only done Engineer Land, Combat Engineer Land, Combat Arms. And because of the battalion commanders and sergeant majors, especially in one battalion, that are so...
So, fun fact, Rich graduated basic 2 weeks after me, back in 2005 at 15 Jackson.
Wait, really? Like, okay, did you actually see Rich in basic? What, did you actually, like, know him? But obviously not well. You were in basic training, so you were in basic training. But did you actually know Rich? Maybe? Oh, that's awesome! Oh, that is so cool! Oh, you didn't know it. Okay. But you were saying like you both graduated from the same basic training post, like 2 weeks apart. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is really cool. Excuse me. That is so awesome, E4. That is nice.
Oh, they hug privates because they're such private huggers. Like you can't instill the amount of discipline that we instilled in these kids. These kids started getting really good at the end when I left. Which, by the way, never said goodbye. I just left. It was great.
They just think you're going to pop in from a tree line throughout the rest of their basic training.
I just hope that the active component guys down there, which they gave me some really great compliments, is very nice of them. They said very nice things to me. What the main one, which they said several times, was, "Are you sure you don't want to extend? Do you want to extend? You should extend." Which is basically them saying, hey,
Sign
we
back
really
up.
like you. You're good at the job. We want you to, stay on longer and extend your
See?
orders so that you don't leave. So, which is always the best compliment you can get. And when you get it from a
Yeah.
couple other drill sergeants, not just like one guy that you're helping out, it's really motivating.
Oh, and you did speak Japanese to one of. Did they
So,
continue
there we go.
to
Yeah, we'll
think
talk about
you
the
spoke
Japanese
Japanese?
Oh God.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So,
Uh-oh.
not a lot of traditional like Korean, Chinese, Japanese names, right? It was like Huang and like there was like a Chan and there was a Lee. And so like you really don't know what the ethnic backgrounds of some of these kids are, and from like, the ones that have like an Asian sounding last name. And so we're smoking this kid. I forget what he was doing, but basically he had fallen asleep or done something stupid during
Uh-oh.
medical training, which obviously
Oh.
we beat into them. Medical
Yeah.
training is important if you or your buddy don't want to die. So he
Okay.
goes outside. We start
Okay. I'm curious. I've heard about this from others. That this didn't happen in basic for them. This was supplemental once they reached their duty station. Like basic medical, like it is basic first aid. I know that gets taught in basic training with like standard aid. How to contend with heat injuries. How to contend with regular soft tissue injuries, trauma injuries, sucking chest wound injuries. Use your field dressing, put the plastic over the sucking chest wound, and then tape on 3 sides, leave a valve. Like, I know that they teach that. Do they teach in basic training anymore? Or not anymore. I don't think from what I've heard, they from people that it wasn't back then. I'm wondering if now is combat lifesaver training taught as a part of the medical regimen of basic training, as in like more extensive medical training to the point where like they teach you how to give IVs. Is that taught in okay, so in the Marines, yes, I'm curious in the Army, because those that I know, like that were like, this is like in the military some years ago, that they got their basic aid training in basic, but when they reached their duty station, they actually went through combat lifesaver training, which is more advanced, including giving IVs. Yes, I was in the Army, trained in 2008, and we did combat lifesaver with IVs. And Red, that was in basic training, yes? You got the combat lifesaver training in basic, correct? Like, I'm not talking about like, AIT, or if you're an OSIT, the AIT portion, or even in your first duty. Okay, so they are teaching combat lifesaver in basic training. I was just like, it popped into my head when he was just mentioning they were getting medical training, because if they're including combat lifesaver training in basic medical training, you damn sure want to stay awake for that. Because giving an IV is something you need to fucking pay attention to. So, if they're receiving combat lifesaver training in basic now, like you want to like pay attention to this shit so you can save your buddy's fucking life.
if you or your buddy don't want to die. So he goes outside. We start doing corrective action with him and his battle buddy. Sprints are like a
Jack. Okay, so yeah, but the people that I know went through in like around roughly the same time period that you went through. That was the basis of my information, is that back during that time, like in the late 90s, is when I know people that went through it, and they said like, yeah, they told me like, you get the basic aid course through basic, and then once they got to their duty stations, they went through combat lifesaver training. So, okay, so they've integrated it into more MLSs in basic training now in modern basic training.
outside. We start doing corrective action with him and his battle buddy. Sprints are like a really great thing because they're all just fat and lazy, and we got to get their boots worn in, and we got to get their feet rough enough for like the rucks. So a lot of sprints in combat boots for a multitude of legitimate reasons. So he does some of those, and some other things, all 100% from PRT warm-ups that we taught him. Nothing, in no way, shape, or form did we make them do like flutter kicks or little man in the woods, because those things aren't things that we use in the military anymore.
Okay, flutter kicks I've heard about. What are little man in the woods? What is little man in the woods? The quote unquote exercise. I've never heard of that one. Does anybody can anybody educate me on what little man in the woods is? Jumping jacks but squatting. Oh, that would suck. Oh, doing a jumping jack while squatted would suck. Whoa.
Right? So he didn't do that at all.
This is
And
going to
when
be
we
a
were
clip,
done
and the
not-
kid's going to stitch it on TikTok. That's what it's going to be.
The military got rid of flutter kicks.
So 350-6 is the Army's training manual for TRADOC. It's how we train troops, right? Our limitations, our left and right boundaries. And over the past 10 years, 8 years, it's gotten really shitty. Like it took away. It makes everything hazing. If you make them do flutter kicks, which is not an approved exercise, then that's hazing. So they'll take drill sergeants' hats away or suspend drill sergeants for that. It's completely retarded and takes the balls out of drill sergeants. And so especially why limit our creativity? We're getting sidetracked. So this kid is, he's hating life at this moment and realizing that maybe standing up, doing some push-ups on the side to keep himself awake would be a better idea than living through the 20 minutes of hell that we're putting him through. And I'm like, what is your name, Private? Or I asked him where his name came from, because I knew his name, but I can't repeat names on podcasts because then people complain. So insert Asian name is it comes out of my mouth when I say, hey, Asian kid, what are you? And he's like, Japanese.
Boy, Rich isn't salty about that at all, is he, Chad? Oh, fuck. Oh, man. He is still fucking salty about that bullshit, isn't he? And for those of you that don't know, Rich actually, for those of you who are not familiar with the lore drop, Rich got in trouble because on kind of consensual, he told the story of some privates that were given corrective corrective measures, and he listed names sorry, I'm mischaracterizing it. He was being investigated because a bunch of privates were basically complaining that he was too hard on them. And so the investigators asked him, did you say blankety blank to so-and-so? Did you say blankety blank to so-and-so? And Rich basically just repeated the private's name that was asked him in the question. So he was repeating the question the investigator asked him, which included the trainee's name. And because he did that on the podcast, they opened up a whole new investigation onto him. So that's where that small crash out came from, is because he got investigated because he repeated what the investigator said to him almost verbatim. And it included the name of a trainee. And and his chain of command got all shitty about that, and they actually had to do an investigation.
When I say, hey, Asian kid, what are you? And he's like, Japanese, drill sergeant. And I'm like, do you speak Japanese? He goes, yes, drill sergeant. And I was like, cool. He's in the front leaning rest. And I'm like, recite the soldier's creed in Japanese. And he's just like, Tokugawa Americana. And he goes through the thing, right? And he is gassed, right? Just suffering through it, And you're not allowed to record any of the trainees, right? So I didn't. But I did have a little audio clip that I sent Eli. And Eli heard the kid from this audio clip. And he was just like, yeah, that kid speaks Japanese and he sounds fucking miserable. Because he was. And he ends it with, Tamagotchi, Nissan, Americana, and whatever the word for soldier is. And I'm just like, on your feet, trainee. And he's just like, oh, no. He goes, drill sergeant, I'm done. I go, yeah, trainee, I know you're done. On your feet. He's like, drill sergeant, do you speak Japanese? Because he's like wondering how I know that he's done. Idiot, you said the last words of the soldier's creed are, I am an American soldier. I hear Americana again, and then I know that you're done, right? I know you're done when you yell Americana. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And then whatever word is soldier. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm done, drill sergeant. I'm like, I know you're done, trainee. Get up. Drill sergeant. How do you know I'm done? Do you speak Japanese? I'm like, don't ask me personal questions, private. Disgusting. You're not my friend. Go away. And so that gave me a good idea. I should learn random Japanese words like Raiki Suru, which means do you understand? And so I would do you understand? And then I'd look at him and be like, Raiki Suru. And yeah. And then I learned a couple other words too. To just yell in Japanese.
Nice.
I just
Thank you,
know
So he definitely went over
No
to
one
his
knows.
other, troops of,
They were probably like,
ethnic heritage from Asia. And we were like, drill sergeant speaks Japanese. Oh, and another one was counting in German, and I do speak German. So I started counting in German, and I was like, you sprechen? He's like, yeah, drill sergeant? And I was like, he's a homeschooled kid. And I was like, of course homeschool kids learn German. He was very Aryan. You know what I mean?
Shit. Uh-oh.
It's always the Argentina.
every
kid.
private from that
It's
rotation
always
is going
the kid
to.
from Argentina.
Dude, all those privates, dude, they're going to leave and you are now a rumor. You have disappeared after your 2-week cycle. They are making up stories about you and how you are probably special forces.
He's become the drill sergeant Baba Yaga. Did you ever hear of drill sergeant A.E. Crops? The Baba Yaga? Well, Rich isn't exactly the boogeyman. He's the one you sent to drill the fuck out of the fucking boogeyman.
You should have left a note. Had to go to Japan. BRB. Drill Sergeant High.
Oh, there's a whiteboard in the bays, and they had a bad day. Like they sucked really bad. I took their guidon away from them. Not only did I roll up, for people who don't know.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. He took their guidon away from them? Oh, shit. Okay. Guidon. Let me see if I remember my history correctly. If I'm remembering correctly, the guidon. So, for those of you that don't know, have you ever seen video footage of platoons that are either marching or they're running in Hollywood or something, and there's someone at the front of the formation of the platoon, and he's holding a long pole with a flag on the end of it, and that person is in the front of the platoon's running formation, and they're holding this long pole with a flag. That's called a guidon. It's basically representative of your platoon, and it is very important. It is you get your guidon taken away. It's kind of sort of like taking away the platoon's identity by taking the guidon away. It's I don't know if that's what I took from it. Is you take away their guidon, you're basically taking away your identity. Yeah. Oof.
Not only did I roll up, for people who don't know, I'll do a little history. Every unit has a flag, right? Whether it's the 101 or the 82nd. And then you break it down even more. And your brigade and your battalion has flags.
Okay.
Even your companies have flags. And it's called a guidon. And in basic training, each platoon has a phase banner, which is like a guidon. It's a post. It's a stick
Yeah.
with your phase banner on it, like a red phase banner for red phase, white for white, etc.
Okay.
And then your number of your platoon. So my
Oh,
phase
yeah.
banner for
There we
first
go.
platoon was, a red phase banner because we were in red phase with a white number 1 on it. And they had up and they irritated the shit out of me for a multitude of reasons. And I had had enough. So I was going to roll up their phase banner. So then it's just like a rolled up sock on top of a stick, a guidon. But they pissed me off so much that I just took the top half of the guidon off. And I just made them hold like a 3-foot long stick.
Oh, fuck.
Rich, you give me hope.
Oh, God.
Rich, you need to print off one of those pictures.
Yeah. So, like, that was him. Basically, the punishment was, you are so shit as soldiers, you don't even get the privilege of being identified with your platoon or your company. It was literally just, you're so shit, you don't even deserve to have an identity. You don't deserve to be identified as being a part of this company or being this platoon. Oh, fuck. They must have fucked up something fierce to get that kind of punishment.
Of you and Weimer together and drop that accidentally in the bay. So then they're looking at Sergeant Major of the Army and then you with him. It's like, see, dude, drill Sergeant Rich, he does shit. I think he's Delta.
I think I'll send it to the active component guys that are down there, and I'll have them like leave it in the bay. Be like, hey, I need you to leave this in the bay.
Yes.
And I'm sure they've made up
Like a
some story.
Polaroid.
They're
Get
smart.
with them.
They're fun down there. Those active component guys
dude.
are on their shit. It was literally, they were the best group of drill sergeants.
Yeah, like Nick Victory, I want to know too. Unfortunately, I don't think he can really say it because, again, it's, he'd catch another investigation, I guess, if he really went into detail with how badly they fucked up. But they fucked up badly if he basically did that.
On their shit. It was literally, they were the best group of drill sergeants I have ever been with. Not a single weak link. All of them were phenomenal.
It's because it's the Department of War now, which I
Yeah.
called 6 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
Oh, I also got a neat little gift.
Oh, this is true.
Go on.
Beat your goddamn face, Eli. I may be small, but I am mighty.
There's the new meme template.
What you do? Oh, I think I have just found my thumbnail. Chat, I think I have just found the thumbnail for my video. Oh my god, this is fucking glorious. Oh, okay. Chat, if you want, I will attempt to try and pull this. Like, it's gonna be hard because the microphone is in the way. I will try and pull a couple of screenshots from this video for you to use to make memes, and then you guys can you guys know what to do. Like, you can send the memes to Rich on like Twitter or Insta or whatever. Most of you guys might do it on Twitter. I will pull this screenshot for you and post it in the Discord for you guys to do memes, and then you can send them to Rich.
I may be small, but I am mighty.
There's the new meme template for angry meme review right there.
I'm just a little drill sergeant. I'm just a little angry.
It's not the size of the campaign hat. It's how you use it.
That's right.
Oh, that was fucking beautiful. Oh, that was fucking great. Oh my god, that was fucking glorious. Oh, that was great. Yeah, I will pull some screen caps, and this weekend I will throw them in the Discord, and you guys can just have fun with it.